Nigerians make the best music in Africa.
Honestly, I love South African music. Yeah, but Nigerian music, honestly, like in gospel music,
It's sweet.
it gets to this place. It brings out that thing you are trying to hide.
Growing up, there was a lot of TV and music from the West. Saturdays, I used to listen to Rick Dees. And then one day, I started listening to music from Nigeria. And I was like, there's another type of music. There's Afro music. There's music I can shake to, dance to, and it's not limited. It spoke to my soul, and I was like, this is my kind of music. And I remember one time I was shopping somewhere in London, and in the shopping mall, they played Nigerian music. And for me, it didn't matter that I'm not Nigerian. I'll tell them, this is our music.
Continental pride.
Music. And I enjoy Kenyan music, but I think there's more variety that I get from Nigeria.
I think for me, Nigerian is African. I mean, it's so authentic because you guys are very in touch with your language. I mean, I was saying earlier that I don't even know my own mother tongue, but you guys are very in touch with your culture, language. And when you explore that in terms of music, it brings something very authentic, something not borrowed. And the way you guys speak to the soul, as everybody is saying, I mean, I have my playlist on my phone is like 70% Nigerian.
Yeah.
I don't think even South African music represents Africa as Nigerian represents. Even the visuals, you know, the costumes, you know, the scenes, they're very African. They speak African. I think that's what Nigerian music does.
And I love the fact that you've put African music, okay, Nigerian music, but on an international platform. I love to see you on the big stages alongside Beyonce. I'll tell you a quick story. Burna Boy is performing at Coachella, and his name is in a small font, and Beyonce's name was like blown up. And he told his mom, fuck, I'm not doing that. They have to give me the same typography, the same font, the same bold, big. Burna Boy has the African giant, or whatever he calls himself, you know, like no pun, I'm just saying that I love the fact that you have put us at the forefront of entertainment. And then I love that you've monetized it. We can see that music is feeding your artists, because many of our artists here are struggling for the platform. We are praying for them. But we have the Sauti Souls as well, who are also making their mark in a big way on a continental level and international level. They've sung for Barack Obama when he was still president. But I understand, we love the fact that you've put all of us on the map.
No, I really like the unison we've had, you know, and that idea that Nigerian music is African music, you know. I mean, I did much of my schooling outside of Nigeria or even Africa. You know, I did when I was doing high school in Spain, and people talk to me about Burna Boy. I'm like, what you know about Burna Boy, you know? Like, the way that Nigerian music has been globalized, like, I used to pray for times like this. You know what I'm saying, right? So, yeah, of course, the industry in Nigeria is absolutely massive, and that's, you know, what's being commercialized. So, of course, there's a bit of ego, you know, when I say, yeah, Nigeria does have the best music, right? Of course, when you're talking about, and it's not even Afro beats, right? There's even now, like, Nigerian rock, and we're still speaking Yoruba, right? There's gospel music, the amount of tribes and just different ethnic groups that are expressing themselves through music. I think Nigeria does kind of deserve a shout. The Kenyan or East African music scene is definitely underrated, you know. South Africa is now getting its shine too, right? So it's hard to say, you know, Nigeria has the best music, but I think you could maybe top 3, top 5, you know.
I think what we admire most about your music is what he said, the authenticity.
Yes.
Because you can't outdo Beyonce, and you all know that. So you give it to us raw, you give the world raw, you give Nigeria. You're not even apologetic about singing in your own dialect. And as we're here, we don't even know what you're saying, though.
Can the disagreeer now please step forward?
First of all, when it comes to music or entertainment, what I love about it is there is no bias. If you're good, you're good. So saying Nigeria has the best music, I do not buy that. Because before Nigeria came here, we were here, we dropped. The Congo music came, took over the entire Africa. Awilo, I was dancing. A lot of us were dancing. We didn't understand
We didn't understand
what they were saying, but we loved it. Every birthday party had that. If you don't have that as a DJ, please forget it. Don't play. You know, what we are supposed to say is Nigerian music is the most hardworking industry in the whole of Africa. There is competition. There is enough drag. Now, what I've seen out of few countries I've traveled to in Africa is that they are not hungry as the Nigerian artists. We've noticed that half the work we'll do in our own country would push us further in other countries. We have 250 million people who wants to listen to 250 million different things. Now, what will make you stand on top of the whole 250 million? There's a lot of work to be done.
You conquer Nigeria, you conquer the world.
You understand?
If you are not well traveled, would you say you would be receptive to different sounds from different areas of the continent? If I went to Nigeria, would I find Sauti Sol playing in a mall, in a club? Are you receptive to, or do you just only like affection and validation one way?
Sauti Sol plays in
I would say yes. Yeah, names such as
Diamond
Sauti
took over
Sol,
Nigeria.
Platinums, you know.
This guy, what's his name? Brakata Tumba.
Yeah.
That guy played in Nigeria.
Yeah.
They had to chase him out.
Serious?
Yes. So now Nigerian artists work that hard to make sure that we push everybody else away.
And focus on theirs.
You understand? So that's where the work is.